Hello and welcome to the Eureka Masterclass with me, Brent Hamill. In today's episode, I'm going to talk about Facebook custom audiences. One of my favorite things to talk about, one of my favorite things to do, because we generate tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands of dollars every month for clients, and I use them within my own businesses to make a fair bit of money myself. So I love custom audiences. I love lookalike audiences as well. It's a great way to scale Facebook, to get as much as you can from Facebook. And in today's episode, I'm going to show you how you can use them in your business with your Facebook ad account really quickly, really easily, really powerfully to get tons of inquiries or tons of sales for your business. So without any further ado, let's jump straight over to Facebook and see how to do all this fun stuff. So with coming into the Facebook ads account, what we want to do is the top left-hand corner. You won't be able to see it on my screen. I've had to just lower the screen capture for today just to block out some customer information just for privacy reasons, and I don't want to come across as a little bit disrespectful and rude to my client here. So what you'll do, top left hand corner, click the tab, click all tools, come over to audiences, and you'll be brought to this page. This is a new client for us. As you can see, they've been toying with some custom audiences and lookalike audiences, and they're doing quite well actually. They know they're not doing as well as they could be, but they're doing very well because just the general power of custom audiences and lookalike audiences is so good. Even if you don't do it well, you'll make money. But they've hired me to even extract more money from their lists, to create more lists and more scalability. And I'm going to show you how you can do that for your business. So what are custom audiences? Custom audiences usually come in two facets. One facet being a buyer's list, so you can put in all the people that have purchased from you. That's exactly what this person's done here. So they had about 2,100 buyers, I think they said they put in, and Facebook was able to match up 1,200 people. So that's one good list. You also can use website traffic. So people that visit your website, you can get them to come back. We've all been stalked by different businesses. You've gone and looked at a product or a service, then you start seeing the ads on Facebook for that product or service. We all don't like them. Or we all say we don't like them. We all buy from them. And from business owners' perspective, it is one of the best ways to make money. So lookalike audiences as the third option. We can see here a lookalike audience based on the buyer's list. What happens there is that Facebook analyzes this 1,200 group of people, or 1,200 audience, analyzes psychographic, demographic and behavioral data about this 1,200, then says find all the people within Australia that are based on that customer base. Very powerful. So it's essentially finding all the people within Australia or the geographical region, because you can target specific regions based on postcodes or radius targeting. Find all the people in the geographical reach that you want. Essentially saying to Facebook, find all the people that haven't purchased from me that should be purchasing from me. That's kind of what you're telling Facebook. So I'm sure the wheels are turning in your mind and you're thinking, this is very powerful, and you would be 100% correct. So how do I create all this kind of fun stuff? So once you're in the audiences tab, you come up here to the slightly top left, click create audience. You click custom audience. From here, you click to create a buyer's list. You click customer file. From here, you click the first option. You can also import from MailChimp. I'm not going to show, it's pretty self-explanatory if you go in there, but generally we usually import it manually, either from a text file, CSV file, or even just copy and paste. So what you do here is you choose a file or copy and paste the data. So click this tab, you have a range of different possibilities here. You can add a CSV file, a text file, simply just upload, find the file, upload it, Facebook takes care of the rest. Being maybe slightly old-fashioned, I usually copy and paste the data. The size of the list does matter a little bit. The bigger the list, the better. But don't forget, if you're a business that has multiple different facets, for instance, maybe a health center, for instance, might have a physiotherapist, a chiropractor, dietitian, naturopath, etc. You want to create buyer lists for each facet of the business. So a physio list, a chiropractic list, so on and so forth. That way the data is not intertwined. You want specific data to create custom audiences and lookalike audiences, so you're pitching ads to the correct people. You don't want, a chiropractor getting chiropractic people getting ads for diet related stuff or acupuncture kind of stuff. Even though there could be the alternative kind of health based people, you'll do far better if you spend that little bit more time. It doesn't take very long just to get for that added granularity. So once you've done that, you simply click next. Don't forget to name your audience and be specific around the name. So physiotherapy buyers list, something like that, or customer list, whatever you kind of want to use to make sure that you can identify that list quickly and correctly. The next part, I don't have a list to upload, so I can't show you the next part, but you'll be prompted to, if you want to create a lookalike list. I'm not going to talk about lookalike audiences in this video. Come back next week and I'll definitely be talking a lot about lookalike audiences and all the fun stuff that you can do with them. But create a 1% audience, a 2% audience, a 3% audience, a 4 to 5% audience, and then a 5 to 10% audience. That way, and that's for each of the different facets of the business, each different kind of, let's say, arms of the business. The reason for that, stick around for next week's episode and I'll talk to you how to do that. So once you've got your buyers list, you come back, and what you can do with your buyers list, essentially now you can start to pitch ads to that buyers list. You can get repeat purchases. One of the 3 pillars to grow the business, increase frequency in which people purchase from you. That's what this buyers list can do. So we can pitch ads to these 1,200 people for sales, new product offerings they might be interested in. So Christmas sale, 10% off coupon, or a new product. Could be a new way to do business with you, teaching people how to do it. So I know we work with a couple of different businesses that have online ordering portals, and we want to educate the customer base to use more of that, to use that portal more, so they don't, so the staff isn't, doesn't have that burden of dealing with customers all day, every day for, stuff that can be automated. What about the other facets? So I spoke about website kind of traffic custom audiences. So how do I create those, or how do you create those? Again, we come back to the Create Audience tab, and we click Custom Audience. We come to Website Traffic, and then we come here. So don't forget, for all this stuff, I always say, place your pixel. If you don't know how to place your Facebook pixel, send the pixel code to your web developer. He or she will know how to do it very quickly. Don't forget to add the instruction to your web developer to place it on every page. It needs to be on every page, including thank you pages, final order completion pages if you're e-commerce. Every page of the website needs to be placed on there. So what can you do with website traffic? Or better yet, why would you want website traffic to come back? That is probably the better question. Tons of money, getting people to come back. So we always see those ads on Facebook and different websites. Hey, I was browsing that website the other day. Now I'm seeing ads from them. How big is their budget? How are they targeting me? It's remarketing or retargeting if you're with Google. It's the same principle. People that have visited a specific web page or your website in total, getting them to come back. Why would you want to do that? Because essentially there is tons of money in it. So this is a client that we have in the UK, and what happens here is we can see new visitors. New visitors account for 16,600 visitors out of a total of 24,500 visitors for the past 30 days. Returning visitors are just under 8,000 visitors, but they account for £53,000 out of the total almost £75,000. It's almost the Pareto principle, almost correctly applied here. It's a little bit off, but nonetheless. But the proof is in the pudding in terms of, in every metric, is that the bounce rate's better. These are all like, vanity metrics. There's no money in these, but they're pointing towards a journey. Pages viewed per session is longer, is more. Time on the site's more. And then obviously transaction and revenue, the big money makers, it's just more. They're making money hand over fist. We can see e-commerce conversion rates are higher. So for this customer, they get 16,600 visitors, new visitors. New visitors only convert 1.39%. It's not very much. But if we can get those visitors to come back, 6%, 6 out of every 100 people buy. Huge money there for this business and for your business. So this is what website audiences can do for you. So what can we do here? How do we create them? Again, coming back to Create the Audiences tab, we can target people who have visited your website as a whole. So for the past 30 days, and this goes up to 180 days, or as we can see here, maximum time 180 days. So I usually try and keep it short. Shorter, the sweeter, because people, it's still active in their mind, they're prepared to buy. longer complicated sales, if you've got a complicated lead process, or it's a complicated product or service, or it's a big purchase, it's expensive, you may want to make that time period a little bit longer. So once you name the audience, you can create that audience. But there's many different ways you can create different audiences, and that's what I want to talk about today. So you can people who visit specific web pages, people visiting specific web pages but not others, people who haven't visited who haven't visited in a certain amount of time. So visiting specific web pages, back to the health center, little hypothetical situation we've got going here. Physiotherapy page, I want to show physiotherapy ads to people that have visited my physiotherapy page. I don't want to show them to people that have visited the chiropractor page, but the physio page. I want to be congruent. I want to be specific. Money in being congruent and being specific. That's where the market is meeting the message. So the way you can do that here is two different ways. Very, very simple. Is you can put in the specific URL here. So it could be www. Let's say google.com and let's just say physio. So that could be Google's physio page. But also on your page, because you'll have the Facebook pixel placed, I can just have the word physio and URL contains. So what will happen there is Facebook will show ads or create the audience based on all the URLs that you have the word physio in them. So it's a much quicker way. If you've got blog posts about a certain topic and you have one kind of recurring word, you can target all the people that like that theme of information that you're putting out, and you can target ads very specifically. Again, you've got the duration, and again, be very specific about how you name the audience. So the next audience is visiting specific pages and not others. So again, I might say I don't want people to visit my chiro page. So again, so we're saying people that only view the Visio page but not the chiro page. That's who we want to show ads for. This is far better for e-commerce and inquiry-based businesses. We want to show ads to people that have visited the website but haven't purchased, or visited the website but didn't inquire. That's how you can kind of filter that out. So you might say here, I don't want people that come to my thank you page, I don't want to show them ads. They've done what I wanted. I don't want to spend money pitching ads to them again. So again, duration, name the audience, very, very powerful stuff. Coming back to the next option, we have people who haven't visited in a certain amount of time. Pretty self-explanatory here. People that haven't come back in a while, we want to get them come back, re-engage with the business. It could be kind of like a little bit of a reactivation campaign. Yeah, it's fantastic. Also, there's a little caveat that there's so many different ways to kind of play with custom audiences, that if you have a list of people that haven't purchased from you in a while, create an audience just for that reactivation campaign. You can pitch ads to them, get them to come back. They've done business with you in the past. How can you pitch ads to them to get them to come back again and do business? Again, that's easier than a brand new person. So moving forward into another realm is custom combinations. So with custom combinations, you can essentially do as the name says and start to combine some of the tactics that I've spoken about. So again, you can press the end button and say, I want to show ads to people that viewed our About Us page. So we could say About Us, and then also the physio page, and you just keep on clicking and add the pages that you wish. You can also add multiple ones in here as well if you like. So then it would be that they visited a physio or chiro page and also had to view the About Us page. So it could be just chiro and About Us, physio and About Us. I'm sure you kind of get the picture there. You can also add exclusions. I don't want them to visit, maybe you don't want them to have visited the thank you page. So we would get people that have visited the chiro page and or the physio page, and also that must have viewed the About Us page, but didn't view the thank you page. So that's who would see the ads in this custom combination. So one of the other things that's coming in the future within Facebook is ads based on time spent on your website. So this is already already being implemented in the United States, coming here in Australia hopefully soon. And it's very, very powerful. I know people that use the Google display network with their retargeting campaigns find it very difficult to get them to work because they kind of pitching to the wrong audience. Base time on site is very, very powerful. The reason being, again, I'll show you some proof, is that here I have the same e-commerce client, and we can see over the past 30 days, $71,000 of business being done, and that's for all users. We can see all users just here. And then underneath we have people that spent over 6 minutes on the website, 50,000. The majority of the income is people that spend over 6 minutes. People that spend 0 to 2 minutes, £4,000 converted 0.74, and people that spend 2 to 6 minutes are okay, converted a pretty good rate, so they're decent people. But ideally, where's that sweet spot? It looks like it could be around that 3 minute mark. So what we can do here is remove the 0 to, because you can only have 4 segments, so remove that segment. And what we'll do is we'll target people that spend 3 minutes or more on the website, and we'll see what happens. So people that spend 3 minutes or more, we can see that people that spend 3 minutes or more on the website, 62,000 at a 10.5% conversion rate. Now what's that saying is that we're making good money here, but 10 out of 100 people buy. What's the other 90 people doing? We want to show ads to those people. That's why Facebook, this new feature based on time on site, will work extremely well. So I've had to get an image. We can do this for a couple of US clients, but we have to go a roundabout way. Very difficult to show that on camera how we do that, but nonetheless, here's an image of how you will do it when it comes out here in Australia. So from the website traffic drop down, you'll click the tab based on time spent on your website, and then you click its percentages, not time. Google AdWords allows you to do it on time. So what you would do here is start to say, well, do I want the top 25%, top 10%, top 5%? Top 25%, you can do quite well with, and obviously you get, as you get more specific, you do better, but the audience shrinks. So a very, very, very good way to boost that returning visitorship to your website. And if you've only got a small budget, I recommend doing this because your audience will be small, your budget can be small, but the return on investment is fantastic. So this video kind of concludes the masterclass for this week. If you have any questions about custom audiences, don't forget next week to check in about lookalike audiences, and don't forget to spend some time during the week to implement custom audiences. As you've seen, I've showed some loose numbers of how we use it for clients, how you can use it for your business. So take some time out of the next 7 days before the masterclass next week to implement some Facebook ads with your custom audiences, and I would love to hear some feedback. If you do that, any results that you get, I'd love to hear that feedback, because I'm making these videos to simply help you business owners around the world. So any feedback would be greatly appreciated. Have a great week, guys. See you next Friday. Bye-bye.